And it's working. Hello. I'm thinking about starting a YouTube page for people that have chronic health issues or just want to share smart life hack information type stuff. Um, I'm a little nervous and I'm noticing there's a lot of glare on my glasses because this is kind of a new thing for me. I always get a little bit of anxiety when it comes to talking to people, but I'm trying to figure it out and works with me. I've noticed that there's a lot of people that are on YouTube a lot that have channels and they're talking about having health issues and stuff. So I figured it would be okay for me to start talking about some of the stuff that I'm dealing with. My name is Valerie and I have fibromyalgia with metabolic and autoimmune issues, and I have some neurological issues as well. So um, I try to do the best that I can and not be um, too foggy. I get kind of foggy when I'm on the camera for some reason. I guess I need to get used to it. Maybe just do some videos and figure out what's happening. I guess everybody's a little funny when they first start things. Um, I've been sick my whole life. Didn't have the best upbringing, but I turned out okay. Mostly because I fought a lot of the stereotypes and I fought to get things I needed, like counseling and doctor's appointments and stuff like that. And sometimes you get a fight. And so with having the fibro, I know, and there's a lot of people out there with chronic pain that maybe want some advice other than that we would get from a doctor, because a lot of people have problems similar to the ones that I have had with doctors, um, where they'll dismiss what you're talking about or accuse you of being hypochondriac or want to focus on one aspect of what's going on with you, like your weight um, or maybe if you get infections a lot, and just kind of ignore the rest of it. Um, the because weight management is good when you get chronic pain stuff going on because you can't really carry around the extra weight. But I'm not gonna say you have to lose weight if you don't want to. You just might feel a little better if you did. I and I'm also I don't take a lot of medications because I can't metabolize them very well, and I've had a lot of really strange things happen because of the medications. So um, and I try to exercise and eat healthy as I can, and try to be around other people and socialize and stuff like that so that I don't feel bored or lonely all the time because it can get really hard. Um, Especially if you've just found out you're dealing with something and you're trying not to you're trying to get your support system that you need, because you do need a support system when you get sick like this, because it's really hard to stay on top of things, and people can be very cruel because it's a disability that you can't see and they don't oftenly understand or remember that you're disabled if they can't see it. So that's kind of a weird thing people do. But that's just what it is. I think a lot of them don't mean to. Um, but you will deal with people mean, that are mean, that do want to do things that aren't right, and maybe just be cruel because there are toxic people. Um, there are a lot of bad people out there, unfortunately, but there's also a lot of good people out there. Probably more good people than bad people. Um, just doesn't always seem like it at times, but they're out there. Um, so I'm trying to figure out how to get people together to talk positively and be positive, I guess. Interacting about things like health issues and stuff. And I know my video recording is very bad. I don't really have that great of a place to record, and I don't have really good equipment. I'm just dealing with this little camera and my computer, and I don't really have editing software. At least I don't think I do. So, and trying to figure out how to get the glare off of my glasses. Maybe next time I'll do this from the basement because I noticed that when I'm in the basement, I don't get the glare. I think it has to do with the way that it is in the basement. Because I videotape myself for a sales page that I have on Facebook, but not doing so great. It's hard to establish stuff when you're new. I mean, when you started out, it can be really hard, and especially with everything going on, like they're not the economy being the way it is, and uh, just the COVID stuff and everything. I think we're getting done with that, but I think a lot of people are still dealing with like the isolation and the just not being able to do things you want to do, not feeling comfortable going out, not feeling comfortable going to work, not feeling comfortable having people over. I think I probably already went over that. There's just that all that stuff that people are dealing with because of that, and so that's something we can talk about. So I'm thinking about like once I get to where I actually have some subscribers, um, that maybe we can start doing lives and we can like talk about things, um, like or we can do like a video where we talk about advice for specific topics. So I'm not a doctor, so like if you need medicine or something, you should like talk to the doctor. But we can even talk about things like how to talk to the doctor because sometimes they get weird, and like when to change a doctor, how to talk to the doctor, because I know a lot of us have had to change doctors because they weren't taking what we need to do seriously. And I've just had this experience with my son who just had a really weird medical issue. It turns out he has a metabolic disorder, and that because he'd been eating poorly, he'd given himself ulcers, and he wound up being on a lot of medication, and it was messing with his system. And we didn't know he had a metabolic disorder until that happened. So we actually had to switch the doctor because the doctor he had before um, just kind of didn't want to see him when it started to look like his issue was chronic. So then we found another doctor, and he's taking it totally serious. And it looks like Eli's being testing positive for a metabolic disorder, and it seems like it's similar to the one I'm dealing with. So I'm helping him to get into some habits that are a little better than living off fast food and soda pop. He's working with it really good. He actually encouraged me to do this, um, to try to do this because I'm really smart about stuff, medical stuff, especially because of how sick I've been throughout most of my life and everything. So, um, ugh. So I'm just trying to like build a community because there's a lot of stuff going on globally, and like people want to feel connected, and it's just be nice to be able to feel like you have somebody that you can talk to. Maybe people can make friends through this, and like people from the same areas can get together and like um, learn things like how to cook. We can do episode on that. I might have to have somebody help me with that, but we can do an episode on how to cook healthier. Because with the price of food, especially here in the States, um, it's hard to, because the healthy food, the good stuff, is really expensive for some reason, and the stuff that makes you floofed is really not. So, um, that's kind of a weird thing. It seems a little backwards, but that's how it is here. So we can help to figure things out. And one of the things I want to do is like a victory garden type thing. They used to do it all the time. Like back during World War II, you would have like a small garden plot in your yard, and it, and you would grow some vegetables and stuff, and then you probably wouldn't grow everything that you need, but all that stuff that you're eating or your neighbors are eating from your garden is gonna wind up taking the need off of the supply chain, and that's gonna help a lot long run. Of course, it takes a while for gardens to grow, and I don't have the garden put in yet. I want to do the box things because I don't bend over as well. So I don't bend over that great these days. And yeah, I'm trying to keep my um the the glare off the glasses. I might try and do another one downstairs. The basement is cold and I have a box helmet that I keep trying to figure out, but my daughter's cat keeps knocking over whenever he goes down to play with Gigi, with my cat Gigi. Yeah. And we can talk about pets too. Um, uh, and stuff like that. That's important. That's like parenting tips and stuff like that too. It's trying to be helpful for people who just found out they're sick or they've been sick for a while and they're not really getting a lot of good advice. Cause I feel like when I was going through all this stuff, well, especially while raising my kids, people weren't real supportive and they would be like, do it my way. If you're not doing it my way, you're not doing it right. And I think a lot of people with issues like what I'm dealing with are feeling that way too. And I like to feel helpful and I like to see people be healthy. So that's that's kind of what I'm aiming for. I feel like I'm a little rambly, but I'm getting more comfortable with being in front of the camera. Well, it's just kind of weird. But like I said, I think I probably will try this again at another point. Um, from downstairs because I feel like I'm get a little better uh, videos from downstairs. So I probably will try that tomorrow and see if I can upload this. Sorry if this is a little rambly. It is my first one. I'm trying. I'm I'm trying. So yeah, I had to figure out a good way to end it. I guess I'll just say I'll talk to you later. Hope some of you will like this idea and can give me some ideas for some topics that you'd like to talk about for this type of thing. So I'll talk to you later. Bye. Let's